Hey y'all, let's do a reading. I wanted to do a quick love reading before I start with the sort of journey through all of the zodiac for February, which I'm planning to do most of this weekend. Okay, so little love reading. Remember that all tarot readings are influenced by the reader and the time in which they're pulled. So if you find something that resonates, then it's for a reason. It's also timeless, but I am pulling, I think it's like the planetary alignments. A lot of stuff is going on in the planets and the stars. Anyway, let's do it. King of Pentacles is on the bottom. This is a general love reading. We have the World, and you notice that we have the World with my favorite deck. So we've got these two things which could be interpreted in some ways. Okay. Okay. And then we have the Tower, and then we have the Five of Pentacles and the Hermit. We're just going to do 4 today for this love reading. Yeah. This is definitely someone attached to you. They're feeling some kind of way. If it helps, they definitely know that they've messed up. They definitely can feel that. Suddenly they know how you feel. And they're kind of wondering if, well, they're not wondering. They don't think that this can be remedied. They don't think that this can be fixed. The World represents sometimes even double-ended you-know-whats, but the World also represents the end of something, right? So it's a completion, a completion of a cycle, a completion of a job, a completion of, like, the 4 elements are there together to show that the trials that you've been through and the successes that you had have come sort of full circle. But it's everything. All the feels. We've got the King of Swords on the bottom. 5 of Pentacles and the Sun. The 5 of Pentacles and the Sun. What did I do? Why was I so stupid? Yeah. The 8 of Swords. I mean, I'm laughing. Ha ha ha. 8 of Swords. Misery. Absolute sheer misery. What did I do? I had this warm, wonderful person, woman, feminine energy, most likely, because a lot of my viewers are the feminine. So, you know, this is the person who's attached to you somehow. What did I do? I did this to myself. I left myself out in the cold. I made a decision that separated us. I did a bad thing. And now, because they're separated from this amazing, wonderful, warm, delightful, blissful thing that they just self-sabotage themselves away from so hard, they are really starting to feel about it. The feelings are really strong. It's mental anguish, it's torment, it's, for some of you, I'm getting like this current, like electrocution, like these moments of insight are coming to them like lightning bullets. Like they're really realizing, and this really plays into it too, but what I'm seeing here is the water. And how, you know, if that gal had a toaster, she'd be in trouble, right? So I'm really, there's a lot of electricity in the energy that is so angstful for them, which is weird, right? Because usually angst and remorse is, cousined with depression and sorrow and slowness and sadness. And it's not usually like these bursts of lightning where we experience this awakening of, regret, right? It's usually a slow roll, but sometimes the universe gives it to us hard and raw. Hopefully not with those. Anyway, Tower. Oh, why is the Tower here? Definitely the Tower has a lot of push-pull energy around it. This particular one especially, but there's a lot of push-pull energy, almost like they want nothing more than to just grab you. Say, all right, you want me in your life? I'm in your life, and just grab you and never let you go. Like, does that resonate? They just want to grab you and never let you go. Ten of Swords. The Tower, right? Ten of Swords. The Tower. It's just an exaggerated version of the Tower. But the clarifier of the Swords versus the Ten of anything else is that it's a way of thinking. And usually that is what it is with the Tower, right? Because it happens more frequently that we sort of lose our sense of self and we lose material things or family or whatever breaks us down to rock bottom is usually in our heads to begin with, but this case particularly so. The Hierophant. Yeah, so I don't know what's keeping this person, there's a specific energy or band of energy that kept this person away from you and that made them do the thing that they did to you that they now regret. And it's a very it's the traditional aspect of the Hierophant, the Pope, the tradition, so it's family, or it's a marriage, or it's a traditional belief or way of thinking, or if it's, so if your relationship is in any kind of outside of the norm for them or their culture or their family, there you go. Oh my God, but they really, damn, but they really do want you. That's what's so frustrating about this, right? And you probably already know this too. If you don't, here you go. So they really screwed this up, and they do regret a most recent encounter of screwing it up. But even though you contradict what their culture, their family, their way of being, the way that their culture raised them, or the way that they see, hey, it could, if it's a same-sex relationship, then it's the way of their church or the way of their family or the way of, right? If it's a age difference, then, if there's something unique and special about your relationship that is quite different, even though that's a construct, right? But it's not like you're both blonde and blue-eyed and you're both Presbyterians and you both live on the right side of the tracks, right? There's something that makes it a Romeo and Juliet situation, whatever that is for you. And so that's the turmoil, but they're realizing that, did it take this for them to start realizing that even though it's almost, it's very hard for them to break this construct and to deny their situation and embrace love with you. It is very difficult for them to do that. And they want to marry you. They want to be with you. They want you. Like I said earlier, they just want to grab you and never let you go. If you want to be with them, they want to prove to you that they want to be with you and they want to grab you and they want to never let you go and say, okay, fine, fuck, I'll never let you go. How do you like that? Yeah. She makes grunting noises whenever she's proved right by the cards. I don't know why. Listen, I'm just saying I'm right. Well, everything I just said is right. So, do with that what you will. I think that this person needs to come about this. It feels like they need more time, because I feel like this is like a 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and they're in their 2 steps forward, and then they're going to take 1 step back, and then they're going to take 2 steps forward, and they have to get about 18 steps ahead. So they need a lot of these lightning bolt moments, a lot of this insight, and they need to feel this a lot to get 18 steps, 2 steps forward and 1 step back, you know? So I don't know that I would reach out to this person if you were thinking about that. I don't think they're probably ready. Just because they love you, and just because deep down they want to marry you and be your person in this 3D life, and just because they want to grab you and hold you and never let you go, doesn't mean they will, and doesn't mean they're allowing themselves to do that, right? That's the problem with this, right? They're not allowing themselves to do that. They have a little bit of a hang up about making themselves happy. I think some of them probably don't think that they deserve to be happy. And so they stop short before they're able to be happy. I think some of them have a real martyr complex. And they're going to sacrifice their own happiness for others' expectations, because quite frankly, it's easier. That's a really, I know, but it is kind of a really lazy way to go. If it takes extra work to fight this sort of preconception, it's funny because even those expectations that we think family has of us, sometimes we're wrong. So it's really kind of crazy to do things based on only your family expectation, and to keep yourself from happiness because you think that whatever you would choose for your own happiness would upset family, culture, relationships, or tradition. If you really don't know, right? You really don't know. And, and then on the other hand, who the fuck cares? Like, it's your life and you only get one of them. And if you want to wake up when you're 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old and say, well, gosh darn, I let the one person who could truly make me happy in this lifetime, I really disappointed them. I let them down and I let them walk away. They were sad and I was upset because of people who ended up dying, culture that ended up being, revolutionized. And then God forbid someone else in the culture or the family or something happens that's similar and they get away with it. Oh, I've seen that happen. And then what? And then the original person is like, fucking hell. Okay. All right, sorry, I digress. 5 of Pentacles. Why is it here? 4 of Swords. Yeah, there's, okay. If they don't come forward and if they don't ever get out of this cycle, at least know that they have in tremendous care. And I know this is, if this person recently pissed you off, you're not going to like what I'm about to say. And if they're keeping themselves from you and you know that you're supposed to be together, I get it. But it's almost like they're letting their high regard, respect, high regard appreciation. There's a difference between respect and putting you on a pedestal, right? There's a difference between glorification and respect. Respect demands that we know something fully, right? Because you can't just respect something that you sort of see that's flashy or that holds your attention, right? You have to really know something, the good and the bad, in order to respect it, right? So there's not quite that here. It's really putting you on a pedestal, keeping fond memories of you. They have so many memories of you. So many fond memories of you that they go back to all the time, whether it's pictures or things that you did or things of yours that they still have, or things that you said, text messages, pictures, all that. It's a very sacred, secret thing for them. It's a very sacred thing for them. It's almost like pulling this into the 3D will somehow ruin it, right? Even though they really know that that's not true, they comfort themselves, okay? They comfort themselves by saying, well, if I really were to make a go of a relationship with this person, then it would ruin the beauty of it. The gilded sort of lovely angelicness of it. It would ruin that if I had a 3D relationship with this person. That's bullshit, and they know it, but that's what they tell themselves so that they can, yeah, that's what you got right there. You might want to watch that again. All right. 7 of Cups. Yeah, so it's that if I turn this into reality, I'd just end up, getting disappointed anyway, because who knows what could happen. 7 of Cups, classic 7 of Cups. Who knows what could happen? Just, the deflowering of, this fantasy, right? That's the comfort in which they make this lie delicious, right? Well, if I deflower this fantasy that I have and I bring this person into my reality, oh God, she could hate my reality. They could hate my reality. The reality could hate them. Like, we could not get along in the long run. Like, there could be a lot of fighting. Like, it ruins the fantasy for them, right? And it could go a lot of different ways. And so that's how they justify it when they do. I think we already kind of knew that, right? If you didn't know that, then there you go. So let's see what they have in the future, because I see this fight. We've got this present sort of internal fight, this tower moment happening. And then we have their habit, this behavior that they keep falling back on. What's happening now? What is happening now in this fascinating little life of theirs? That sounds patronizing, doesn't it? I'm not being patronizing. I mean, I understand it. It just kind of does piss me off. I think that, like I say, life is too short, and you can't really, you'd be surprised, first of all, how your people are acceptant of things. Okay, wait. Your true people are not going to be upset if you find something that makes you happy. If you think they will be, they suck and you need to leave them. Seriously. If you're hanging around people, whether it's family, friends, a culture, a church, a community, if you're hanging around in the environment of people who would not accept you for who you are, whether that's because of this relationship or your sexuality or any type of thing, you need to leave and find your people. Seriously, it's far more destructive to be around people who don't resonate with you and who don't accept you for who you are than to be completely alone, which is not going to be the case. You're going to find people who resonate with you. You separate yourself from people who are toxic in your life and don't allow you to be authentic, and that opens up a void, and the universe fills that void with people who are more accepting. And she tries to test you with some general losers, and you kick them out, okay? But damn, I mean, you know that, but I wish your person knew that regardless of how close your family is or how close your best friend or your people or whoever is, if they really truly cannot accept you for what makes you happy, like if they won't accept the reality in which you're happy, walk away, please. Oh my God, please. Okay. What's up for future? This is interesting because I stopped shuffling and I feel like I'm done, but it feels weird. So we've got some struggle, we've got some internal parts and cooperation that really needs to play nice. Yeah, we've got the Five of Swords. And the Hermit, on the Hermit, and the King of Wands. Oh man, what is in the future for him, for them, for your person? Because it's a pretty complex energy. So one of their coping mechanisms might be that they withdraw, right? And that could be part of what happened here. So their instinct is to withdraw. It's sort of the exaggerated form of the hermit, right? So it's more of the hermit in the cave before he comes out to shine the light on the world. But there's so much inner turmoil and so much feeling with the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords and the King of Wands. The King of Wands, on the other hand, okay, can be quite healing. The King of Wands can be quite fiery, warm, healing. I think it's kind of like the universe is like, well, it's anybody's guess. It's up to their free will. If they can get these Five of Wands, if they can get their inner conflict to resolve, meditation would be great for this. Meditation. If any of your people are watching this, I would say meditate and then learn how to visualize, right? Learn how to lucid dream while you're meditating. Sorry about that. Somebody was at the door. But learn how to lucid dream while you're meditating. It can be incredible. You can go on vision quests you can go on trips you didn't know you could do without illegal things, okay? Or legal things, wherever you are in the world. Anyway, I think there's this bounce back from the universe of, well, listen, this hermitage could result in them coming forward or result in them closing down more. The emotions, this is always going to be their pattern that they're going to want to break. They should break. And this is going to be where they are now. So how they move forward is, I don't know. Let me pull a couple more. Just a couple of cards, universe, on what they might do. I think it's so much up to their free will now. Like there's no, yes, we have two hermits 2 major arcana, but it's such weak energy between the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. I think it's still like, obviously the universe has been pushing this person to come to a realization. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Has been pushing a person to come to this realization. But it's up to them. Like, if they do it in this lifetime with you, then great. But if they don't, they don't. I mean, there's some lessons that we just refuse to learn over a lifetime. And then, you know, on our deathbed, we go, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Man, I was dumb. Okay. So I have the Page of Pentacles. Quite naive Page of Pentacles. There's a dreamy energy about that. 2, 3. Oh my God. Listen, this is direct from the universe. As the sun is coming out, illuminating this table, the timing is right for the end of this pattern, the stupid pattern that they have. And it's right for them to fight for you. And if they can't, in this pattern, and come to a real moment where they're willing to fight for the connection and for you, then you probably do not want them in your life. The same way that they probably don't want these toxic elements in their life, you have to choose your happiness. If they're unable to make you happy, you need to go somewhere else. You need to start thinking about something else. Whoever you're thinking about, how this resonates with you, the timing is right for the end of this cycle. So if they don't get their shit together and they don't figure it out and come forward to you with a genuine offer of authentic, at least the attempt to collaborate, to find solutions, what happened here, what went wrong, and how can we move beyond it? If they're not ready to do that, they're not ready to fight for it, you really don't want them. Not, at least not now, not for a long time, because this will set into motion a descent for them or an elevation. And do you want to go down with them? No, you don't. You should be choosing your happiness, just like you hope that they choose their happiness, right? Wish the same thing for yourself that you're wishing for them. You want them to choose their happiness and pick you and have this wonderful life together? Well, if they don't, in the cycle right now, pick your own happiness. And this isn't going to make you happy like this. They got to fight for it. They got to fight for you. I hope they do. I hope they come to their senses. But like I said, bottom card, Page of Pentacles, it's a bit dreamy right now. And as much as they might want to do this, it doesn't really feel real. Because they're so used to pain, and they're so used to chaos, and they're so used to stress. And they're really, oh man. Anyway, okay, that's it. Good luck. I hope your person does something cool and figures it out. Thanks.